Good morning. Good morning. Low post, mid post, high post, post game sports. I just wanted to come here this morning and get my quick thoughts on the week 4 NFL slate of games. I know it's early. Get your coffee. I know you're probably getting ready for work, getting the kids off to school. It is all good. I'm not going to be long this morning. Just want to give you my thoughts on the football games. We love sports, man. And if you love sports, this is the place to be. Subscribe to the channel. I said it before and I truly believe it. This is the best up and coming sports channel on YouTube. We working, we moving, we growing. I appreciate y'all support. Lock in, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that bell for notifications so you know when I go live. Surprise lives like this one. So let's start with the overseas game, the Vikings and the Steelers. Unbelievable game. I believe the Vikings came into this game as the favor. Uh, I personally thought the Vikings would win, but you know how these overseas games are kind of weird. The Steelers win this one 24-21 and improve to 3-1. The Vikings are 2-2. I believe the Steelers are going into a bye. My takeaways from this game is that Kenneth Gainwell, the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, looked really good. 99 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 catches for 35 yards. And I told a lot of people during the offseason, the Steelers don't need Aaron Rodgers to be MVP Aaron Rodgers. They just need him to be solid, run the offense, not make many mistakes. And the Steelers will be fine. So the Steelers get the victory and improved to 3-1 headed into the bye. One of the surprises of the week, the Chargers and Giants. Rookie Jackson Dart gets his first start of the season. The Giants surprisingly get this win 21-18. Now we got some sad news. Malik Neighbors, just a monster, one of the best receivers in the NFL. It looks like he's going to be out for the season with an ACL. But on a positive note, and shout out to him, prayers to him. I hope he has a speedy recovery. But Jackson Dart, 13 for 20 with a touchdown, no picks. I think a lot of people are surprised about his ability to rush the ball. 10 rushes, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Huge win for the Giants. Maybe Dayball saves his job. Maybe they can go on a run in that NFC East. The Commanders and the Falcons. The Falcons get this game 34-27 after a terrible game last week where they just gets barbecued by the Carolina Panthers. But they improved to 2-2. The Commanders fall to 2-2. My takeaway from this game is that Bijan Robinson is likely the best running back in the NFL. Drake London, I think the with the firing of the wide receiver coach and them bringing the offensive coordinator on the field to call the games, Drake London is finally looking like the Drake London that I expected and a lot of us expected coming into the season. He goes 8 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. If the Falcons are going to win the NFC South, they got to feed Drake London. They got to give this guy the ball. He's just too talented. And we're seeing Kyle Pitts kind of make some noise at that tight end position. Maybe this is the season finally where he breaks out and becomes one of the better tight ends in the NFL. We'll see. Carolina 13, New England 42. New England moves to 2-2. Carolina falls to 1-3. I personally, feel bad for Bryce Young, first overall pick out of Alabama. I really like the kid, but man, that Carolina doesn't look like an NFL team. Shocked the heck out of me beating Atlanta last week, but it is what it is. New England improves to 2-2. Could this be that breakout season for the Patriots? Could this be that breakout year for Drake May? Three total touchdowns, one of them rushing. Stephon Diggs looks a lot better. Six catches for 101 yards. Now, New England isn't going to win the AFC East, but can they sneak into that wild card? It's going to be very interesting. I got my eyes on that team. I like May. I like the coaching moves they made this offseason. So we'll see what happens. Titans 0, Texans 26. The Texans improved to 1-3. The Titans fall to 0-4. Uh, the Titans just don't look like an NFL team. You know, I thought coming into this game the Titans can pull off the upset. They just couldn't get anything going on offense. The Texans play really good and solid defense. But my key takeaway from this game is that Woody Marks, 119 total yards, two total touchdowns. He might have been a steal. Them getting the Texans getting Woody Marks on that roster. Really versatile player. He can hurt you in the pass and in the run game. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of role he has moving forward, especially if Joe Mixon is able to get back. So great game for the Texans, 1-3. A lot of people probably had them as the favorite in the AFC South, but it doesn't look that way through 4 games of the season. Let's move on to the Bills and Saints. Bills win this one 31, Saints 19. Bills improved to 4-0. Saints fall to 0-4. No shocks, no surprises here. The Bills are just one of the best teams in the NFL, and probably after 4 games are the early favorite to come out the AFC. Uh, but my key takeaway is that James Cook, the running back for the Bills, is impressive, man. He just continues to have a great season. 117 yards and a rushing touchdown to go along with 3 catches and 18 yards. The Bills, again, I think they're the favorite to come out the AFC early on in the season. Let's move along to my team. Colts, Rams. Rams win this game 27-20. Both teams move to 3-1. The Colts are tied with the Jaguars for the lead in the AFC South. The Rams, oh man, listen, what a game, man. This was just a great NFL game. My question on this one is Puka Nakua the best receiver in the NFL now? Just a question. I'm not saying if he is or isn't. He goes 13 catches, 170 yards, and a touchdown. Puka Nakua is just a great player, and what a steal he was in the draft that year for the Rams. Their scouting department deserves a big raise after getting him because I believe they got him in the later rounds. But Puka Nakua is just a dude. Uh, Indianapolis Colts had every chance to win this game. A.D. Mitchell, I'm not going to, go in on the kid. I know a lot of people on social media are going in on the kid, but he had some big mistakes. Jonathan Taylor had one of the greatest runs of all time, and the kid has a penalty on it, and the run gets called back. Then he gets a catch down the sideline. He's headed into the end zone for a touchdown, and he drops the ball, and it's a touchback. So the Colts had every opportunity to win this game. Another thing I liked about the Colts is the drafting of Tyler Warren out of Penn State. He's unbelievable. He goes 5 for 70 this game, and he also has a rushing touchdown. I think he's already one of the top 5 tight ends in the NFL. Thank you, Chicago Bears, for not taking him so my Colts can take him. We'll see what happens if the Colts can rebound. I really like this team. It's been a while since I felt this good about the Colts. They really should be undefeated. But kudos to the Rams, man. They look like they have one of the better offenses in the NFL. Excuse me. They're going to be exciting to watch down the stretch, and we'll see if they can dethrone the Philadelphia Eagles as the NFC champs. Ravens 20, Chiefs 37. The Chiefs improved to 2-2, and the Ravens surprisingly fall to 1-3. Lamar Jackson leaves this game due to a hamstring injury. The Kansas City Chiefs, a lot of people were writing them off not so fast. They look explosive. Worthy is back with 5 catches and 83 yards. They still need to run the ball better, though. And this offense is going to be so explosive when Rasheed Rice gets back to parlay with uh, uh, Xavier Worthy. That offense is going to be really explosive. But again, they need to run the ball in Kansas City. Can we see more Brashard Smith? He got 4 carries in this game. So that's something to watch when it comes to Kansas City. They are not dead yet. You cannot count out Big Red and Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, and those guys. So we'll look to see what happens. As far as the Ravens, they've been really disappointing thus far. Early on this season, that defense just does not look like true Ravens defense. We'll see if they can improve. I really like their offense. Derrick Henry has been struggling lately. Outside of that first game against the Bills, he really doesn't look like that big old monster we're accustomed to seeing in the NFL. So we'll see what happens with them. Well, another great game on the slate. Eagles and Buccaneers. The Eagles survived this game 31 to the Buccaneers 25. The Eagles move to 4-0. The Buccaneers fall to 3-1. AJ Brown. My big takeaways from this game is that passing game for the Philadelphia Eagles just does not look good. And it's okay because they find a way to win. The Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts are just winners. They're going to find a way to win a football game. And those are teams that you just can't count out, and that's why I picked them to repeat as NFC East champions this season. AJ Brown, 2 catches for 7 yards on 9 targets. Are you kidding me? Y'all don't realize how good of a wide receiver AJ Brown is, and to only get 2 catches for 7 yards on 9 targets. That's atrocious. That's just ugly. The Eagles need to work on that passing game. They need to fix some things because AJ Brown is too good of a player, too good of a receiver to only have 2 catches on 9 targets for 7 yards. That's ugly. The Buccaneers on the other hand, man, my takeaway is just that Bucky Irvin and Emeka Ibuka are just dudes. Uh, Bucky can hurt you rushing or receiving. Emeka Ibuka probably should have went earlier in last year's draft or last spring, summer, whatever that was draft. Uh, so the Buccaneers, they'll be fine. Can they hold off the Atlanta Falcons and keep that grip on the NFC South like they have the last few years? We'll see what happens. Surprisingly, the Jaguars and 49ers. Jaguars win this game 26-21. They improved to 3-1, and they're tied with the Colts atop the AFC South. 49ers fall to 3-1. Uh, Brock Purdy's first game back from injury, and he throws 2 picks. It looks like the 49ers are going to lose Ricky Pearsall for a certain amount of games. We'll see what happens. They really need Kittle back. I don't know what's going on in San Fran, but those injuries just pile up every season. They got to change that. They definitely got to change that because if not, that's the definition of insanity. Too many injuries every season. We'll see if they can get themselves together. Like I said, Brock Purdy's first game back. We'll see if he can improve. Uh, Bears 25, Raiders 24. The Bears improved to 2-2. The Raiders fall to 1-3. My key takeaway was Ashton Genty has his breakout game, 21 carries, 138 yards, three total touchdowns. Geno Smith, Chef Geno, you gotta play better, baby. 14 of 21 with three interceptions against the Chicago Bears. Like, come on, bro. You let your team down big time. Ashton Genty was a dude today. Uh, so we'll see if the Raiders can fix their woes and Geno Smith can kind of improve and get back on track because if not, he's holding his team back. Last night was a super banger. The Packers 40, Cowboys 40, ends in a tie. Unbelievable game. George Pickens, no CD Lamb, and Pickens just goes nuts. He had 8 for 134 and two touchdowns. A key pickup in the offseason for any NFL team was Javante Williams. And obviously, the Cowboys knew something everybody else didn't know because this guy has just been money at the running back position for the Cowboys this season. He goes 20 carries for 85 yards and a touchdown. I don't think not too many people expected this kind of bounce back for Javante Williams, but that was a key pickup for the Cowboys, and he's going to be their bell cow moving forward this season. A great slate of games for the NFL. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I go live, and peace.